much more should one woman take before enough is enough and you feel you're about to break? I've had my share of ups and downs and I damn near let you win, but I couldn't let you get away with ruining my life.
Alright, we're here, Pink Talk, another episode. Shout out to all the viewers out there, our fans, Talk Wad, Red Lounge, everyone. We're here again. As you can see, we have Miss Shemida J here,
yeah.
the First Lady of Pink Talk.
Yes.
Yes, the First Lady.
I'm holding that title down.
Yes, that's good though. And actually, have we even had another female artist? I don't think so. Besides, like, someone that was in a group, like she was in a group with some guys, but see, y'all gotta step it up out there. You R&B singers, you models, all that. We reach out to y'all, but some people just don't respond back for whatever reason. But like you can see, I have my sister here too as well, holding up this sign with what's going on with the Trayvon Martin. And we're just gonna jump right into the show, talk a little bit about the issue. Is it overrated? Do people really know what we are marching for? Do people really know what happened? Like, really kind of get into this, because a lot of people are taking it to another level and they killing each other over it. Like, how you saying peace but you're fighting? Like, no. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about that. And again, if you want to be a part of Pink Talk in any way, you can hit the email pinktalkradio@live.com. You can catch all our previous shows. Miss Shemida J show is up there, pinktalkshow.com. You just hit up the website and get in contact with us. So, about this Trayvon Martin thing. First of all, how do you feel about it? When you first hear it, how do you feel?
I definitely think after the whole trial or whatnot and the verdict, it's an injustice. I feel that people have done more time in jail for DUI. And that's kind of like where I'm at with it. I'm past the whole racial whatever. I mean, you murdered somebody.
Right.
And you are scot-free. And that's pretty much where I'm at with it. Forget if he was black, white, orange. It's past that.
Right. And I agree. Like, when I was following the case, it was hard for me to even watch the case go on. Like, I would watch it at work or watch it after work, and it was kind of hard to watch it. It's like, wow. First of all, the media is playing so much into this race thing. And yes, he is. Yeah, really, it's about race. That's what it's about, because if Trayvon Martin would have been a different skin complexion, maybe Zimmerman wouldn't have followed him
as much.
You know what I mean? And maybe he, so it is about race, but at the same time, it's more about, it's so many people out here that do go to prison and get serious time for, like, drugs or some weed or
jaywalking.
Yeah, like, you get a ticket for everything else, and you can do some. He didn't do no time.
Nothing.
No time.
That's where I'm at with it. I don't know, like, regarding it being a racial thing, I definitely think Trayvon was profiled, right? I won't go as far to say as it was a racist crime. I think that's kind of going, a little far. He was definitely profiled. He looked like a thug, or Zimmerman thought. And that's where that, to me, I think we should stop there.
Yeah.
Because if we pull that race card, that's like a whole nother jar of stuff.
Yeah, and that's what, a lot of people, like, we had a few protests here in Tampa, and we went to, like, one of the first ones, off of Nebraska 7th Avenue. And you would think, as much as people are on Facebook saying this, saying that, I'm for Trayvon, da-da-da-da, you know how many people are out there?
Like 10.
Yeah, and it grew, don't get me wrong, it grew. Like, once people saw we were out there and we're not about to leave, it did grow, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if somebody say, oh, it's a party tomorrow, Young Dro finna be there, it's 3 before 11 free drinks, man, we going to get outfits, we make sure we got a ride,
the line is wrapped up around the block.
And it's like,
that's true.
We have free things out here that you can go to and show you, at least go to one protest. Even if you can't go to one protest, at least, find a way to support in some kind of way. Maybe it's being in your kids' life more, or showing them, hey, don't, even if we can't say Trayvon shouldn't have been able to wear a certain stuff, but if you look at all the stuff that's coming out about Trayvon, if we teach our kids You don't have to take people with guns.
Right.
You don't have to sit here and smoke weed. You don't have to do all that. It's better to go the right way.
Right.
And so if you're gonna show your support, do it in some kind of way. People are doing so many.
Hey Trayvon. Hey Trayvon. I know you up in heaven right now walking on gold, little bruh. I know you walking on gold, little bruh. And I know you so proud, man, of how strong your family is, homie. I know you is. I just wanna tell you something, little bruh. Just wanna tell you, little bruh. You'll forever live on. Live on. Forever live on. Live on. You'll forever live on. Live on. Forever live on. Live on. You'll 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 forever live on. I never thought wearing no hoodie could cost you your life. And I never thought you can just kill somebody and get out the same night. Every dog that you see that ball don't mean that he bite. And everything that's black ain't even, everything that's pure ain't white. Cause you think that I'm doing wrong, don't mean that you right. Cause the ones that you think that won't, them the ones that might. Certain people in this world, the system don't like. Well, you
White to kill them.
Wow.
Because of the Trayvon case, and I don't feel that we're going to accomplish anything by going to that extreme. I feel like we just need to get more educated, get more experience so you can get good jobs, more license, more certificates, more diplomas, and build up, within, build up the inner city. Shop black only. Like if you need some shirts or something,
Right.
find somebody who got their own clothing line, pay your money to them, anything,
I think it goes back to what you were saying, like, do we really know what we're marching for? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are definitely angry, but what are you mad about? Are you really associating it to the whole entire Trayvon Martin thing, or is this another way to riot? I have to ask that, like, are you really connected like that to Trayvon?
Right.
Or?
I think a lot of people, you know how we are, and it's sad to say, but it's just how we are.
Yeah.
Until somebody's like bandwagon or, oh, it's a million people marching, okay, I'm gonna march. I don't know what we're marching for, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm just gonna join in.
Right.
And it's like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Or is it like good that we're coming together for something?
Right.
Or is it like, dang?
But are we gonna make a positive impact coming together?
Right.
If we're going to Family Dollars and shooting people down.
No. Yeah, exactly.
That's not helping anything.
Exactly, that's making it worse. And then even with the, there's still black on black killings going on, still black on black crimes, and it's just hard for people to go out there and say justice against this kind of race or whatever when we're doing it to ourselves too. And I'm not the type of person to say, okay, I don't like all white people, or I don't like all this kind of people, because it's white people out there that's nicer to me than black, so I can't never say that. That's why sometimes it's hard for me to go to all the protests, because some people are out there like, oh, forget all white people, and
that's like reverse racism, if you ask me.
Right, and I'm like,
that's
no,
not right.
I'm not like that. No, just justice. He needs justice. Trayvon needs justice. So, but besides that, is there anything else going on in the world that is on your mind, or going on in Tampa, or anything that you feel you need to talk on, or we should talk on?
No, I think Trayvon has definitely been taking everyone's attention. Outside of Trayvon, everything ties right back into Trayvon. It's the conversation at work, at the barbershop. Shout out to my barber.
That is so true.
It is a topic everywhere. I mean, the last thing we were all talking about was a black president. That's kind of died now, and now we're going to protest about Trayvon Martin. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like topics like that become an excuse, or maybe like a cover-up to really handle what the true problems are. Because when we were kind of stuck on black president, we kind of forgot what the real issues were. Now we're kind of stuck on Trayvon, and we're forgetting about what the real issues are. So, I mean, there's a lot to touch on, but Trayvon is definitely taking over at this point. I mean, may he rest in peace. Shout out to the family. It still is a loss, and they're still grieving and mourning, and I can only imagine that this doesn't make it easier. Because after you lose a loved one, you want to be able to, like, mourn it and let it rest. Unfortunately for them, we're not seeing it that way. We're not letting it rest.
We're like, we want justice.
We're going to keep this alive.
Marching, we're going to keep witches. you know, it's good in a way, you know, but for the people that's like, oh, F all this race and forget this race and forget that and just make, like, being obscene with it, that's definitely not, you know, gonna help. And even, like, I heard people, even with, like, some of these recent protests, they were like, oh, so-and-so didn't go to the protest, that's messed up. Maybe that person couldn't get there, or, you know what I'm saying, like, maybe they had something to do, they can't go. Don't, you still talking down on our own race.
Right.
When we're supposed to be coming together. A person can't come, just tell them, hey, okay, we got you, you there in spirit, or support some kind of other way. You know what I mean? And we still talking down on each other, even.
I think right now would be a good time to educate ourselves on some laws, you know, like really understand what the judicial system is about and what laws, because it goes beyond, again, my initial comment, racism.
Yeah.
We don't know what our rights are. Do we really? We stand out there with our signs or whatnot, and, you know, I think it's a good thing that we're doing, but are we really taking the time to educate ourselves on the laws that allows them really to get off?
Right. Yep.
Are we really aware of that?
Right.
Or are we just mad and we're gonna, you know, shoot them dead?
Right.
That's the questions that I ask. But I do kind of take myself away. I haven't been to any protests. I mean, I've retweeted a few things that the NAACP is doing. I think that's good that they're taking a stance on it too. But as far as protesting, I don't want to get lost in why I'm out there.
Right. Exactly. I definitely agree, and that's why I haven't, because they've had them every day, you know, 2-3 times a day, different locations, and I'm not doing all that. I'm not calling off work to go to a protest. I mean, I can't, you know what I'm saying, like, that doesn't make sense to me. Some people are doing that. Like, I'm not taking it that far, because I still need to be able to pay what I got to pay and do what I got to do. You know?
And I would still like for black on black crime to stop.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Let's talk about that. Let's find a way to kind of really bring peace across.
Let's march about that.
Yeah,
that's what it should. We should be marching about.
Yeah, let's not wear hoodies. How about that? Not saying that hoodies are wrong, but let's find a way to create that appearance.
Right. I made a comment. I'm so happy you brought that up. I made a comment, you know, similar to what you just said. And like 2-3 people were like, oh, what you saying? Because the person wear a hoodie, da da da. And I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's some real killers out here that wear hoodies. You know what I'm saying? It's some real people out here that's what they do. They rob, they kill. They don't care if you're white. They don't care if you're black. That's what they get up every morning. That's their 9 to 5.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that maybe if we try to educate within and tell our African American men out there, you really don't have to wear a hoodie all the time.
Right.
You really don't have to rob. You don't have to steal. That way, those stereotypes are.
It's because the stigma gets placed on your appearance.
Right.
And it's something that we've taken many years to do ourselves. So.
Yeah, right. So it's like I made a comment like that, and they were like, what you saying? The hoodies. I was like, no, you heard what you want to hear out of my comment. You took it the way you want to take it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's people out here that really do wear hoodies and kill and rob.
And with that being said, there's in Tampa, not maybe like a few months ago, I want to say beginning of this year, a security guard actually did get shot by 2 young black males while watching a apartment building at night. So I mean, it does happen. They were profiled. They fit that category.
Right.
So
like,
what are we doing?
Say?
You know what I mean? Like, it's not that
it's
not happening. There is definitely a possibility that Trayvon could have been one of them. Unfortunately, it's the truth. So are we going to clean up our neighborhoods? Or are we going to take this opportunity and rebel and make it about something else other than what we got to fix within ourselves?
Right. So it definitely goes both ways, because yes, Thurman saw him and, you know, it's like, oh, that's one of those people that's breaking into the house. And that's because he has those stereotypes, those images just so embedded in him. Like a lot of people do about, you know, black women. They got stereotypes against black women, black kids, black teenagers, black men. It don't really matter. If they see a black family, y'all could have credit scores 800. Y'all could have 2 cars, everything's paid off. Kids are not like that. They don't care. They see a black family, they're like, oh, the first thing they probably thinking, oh my God, they're gonna be ratchet, or they're gonna cause a thing, you know, any type of thing like that. And it's just, we gotta work on that, you know, because some of us are a little ratchet. We are.
We Rewind. Say that again.
Some of us, I'm telling you, because I done been places.
Some of us are a little
Man,
ratchet.
I done been places you could be at a restaurant. We don't need a certain place and time to be ratchet. We could be ratchet at Publix. We could be ratchet at church.
It's a
it don't
lifestyle.
matter. It
Ratchetness is a lifestyle.
It is, and it's like even me. Sometimes I gotta catch myself from being a little ratchet sometimes with certain stuff. You know,
I rebuke the ratchetness in the name of Jesus.
I do.
that was funny.
But yeah, we're gonna take a quick little break because we did talk a little bit about Trayvon, and then we're gonna come back and we are going to talk a little bit about you and what you got coming up or any new songs that's coming out. So y'all make sure y'all just stay tuned.
Track Slammers. Track Slammers. .com.
How many y'all gon' be there when I fall? Most of y'all gon' be there when I roll it. I look around and see no one for me. Cause most of y'all are fake to me. Fake to me. Fake to me. So they all just fade away. So they all just fade away. Cause most of y'all
What's that?
are fake to me.
Man, these pussy niggas try to get under you and soak up game. If you let these pussy niggas get under you, who's to blame? And it's the same, how niggas change like weather. No matter if you willing to risk your life for 'em, I put my life on it. Nigga fall out about that pussy and bread, lose lips and head, I think ahead. My nigga dead, it's no surprise. You niggas built your image up on lies. I'm twirling you a nigga. If that's your nigga, then fuck with him. Stick with them. So many niggas say they fuck with me. We stop fucking hold together, guess they don't fuck with me. I dropped that, swear to God, I put them niggas on their toes. They started acting like hoes, so I know you niggas ain't fuck me. I love the niggas that love me.
How many y'all gon' be there when I fall? Most of y'all gon' be there when I roll it. I look around and see no one for me. Cause most of y'all are fake to me. Fake to me. Fake to me. So they all just fade away. So they all just fade away. Cause most of y'all are faking me. I did so much shit lately. I gotta keep my faith in my creator. Cause that's the one who won't let me down. And that's the only one who'll be around. I got a few people that'll ride for me. I got a few people that'll die for me. When times get rough, when I ain't jail up, when I ain't fucked up, keep up real in your circle. When shit get real, they all step up. Step up. When shit get real, they all step up. Step up. How many y'all gon' be there when I fall? Most of y'all gon' be there when I roll it. I look around and see no one for me. Cause most of y'all are fake to me. Fake to me. Fake to me. So they all just fade away. So they all just fade away. Cause most of y'all are fake to me.
Alright, we're back. Pink Talk. Miss Rich is in the house. Still got Miss Shemida J here.
What's up?
Yeah, we've been talking a little bit about the Trayvon case and how it really impacts us. And I just want to hear, your point of view. Do you feel it's overrated? Is it overrated? Do everybody even know what we're marching about? You know what I mean? Like, how do you
I don't think everybody's aware about what we're marching about and the importance of what the march is, the whole objective of the march. And I feel like people are kind of like trying to throw it under the bus, like, no, it's about race. No, it's about, him fitting the description of somebody who's been robbing in that neighborhood. At the end of the day, he's still a 17-year-old boy who has Skittles in Arizona. So you walking in the neighborhood with a hoodie on, you fit a description of what? I feel like they're just already targeting, and you know what I'm saying. Even on I forgot what it was. I think CNN, they was having a debate, and it was only one black attorney going against all the other ones. And they were like, no, it's not about racism. It's not about racism. But even Obama said if I was 35 years younger, that could have been me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if it touches home all the way to the president, you know what I'm saying, then you should already know, of course it's about racism. Of course. I bet you if he was a Caucasian kid just walking through the block, Darren probably wouldn't even pay him any attention.
That's what we said, and it's like, you know, it's initiated from some type of you know, Trayvon being categorized because of his skin. That's how it all started. But the laws themselves in Florida are like just all messed up.
It's targeted towards. I feel like
he could even get off that easy.
Right.
And it just makes it worse that he was black. So you know us, it's like, what is gonna let him off? And we need something to come together about, you know what I'm saying, like some of us have blown it out of proportion, but a lot of us are still like trying to reach the NAACP and talk to them and text, and some people, you know, are really
6227, make sure y'all text it.
No more
Get that
crime.
petition.
Like
Exactly.
people are trying to go out and kill white people and just do different kind of stuff, and that's not gonna help anything.
I feel like if you like last show when we discussed about making a mockery of that whole situation, I felt like, okay, well, if we as black people made a mockery of those children dying at the school getting shot up, or the people dying in the movie theaters, then how will we be labeled? Will we be labeled as those immature white people that's making, you know what I'm saying?
You mean like that's true, because like a lot of these blogs, you know, you go to like some of these white people are saying some really like mean stuff, but when the kids,
even when it comes to what we're marching for, like, they feel like we're marching for they just need a reason why they need to march because a black person got killed. Okay, so what? No. We're shedding light on all the young men that got killed. It's not just Trayvon Martin. He's just the biggest, you know, he's just blown out of proportion because that's just the case that actually got noticed and got picked up because we made a big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else that got, it's so many other kids that got killed by cops and everything. They're not trying to bring it out to light because they're like, well, this is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is just how we gonna do it. But you hear about somebody committing suicide or some white kid doing something crazy and they blow it all into proportion like that matters. Oh my God, another white person gone. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like that for everyone. But I think with us, where we're not getting it and making sure that the point is proven or is getting across, is that we're not taking the time to really organize the movement. It's disorganized. Like, as a black person, I'm definitely thinking that we need to come together and really understand what is it really that we're trying to get across. Are we protesting because he was a young black male that got shot by Hispanic? What did he do? Right. Is it that? Are we really standing against the laws in Florida? What are we really trying to accomplish? I don't think as a unity, as a movement, we've established that yet. And it's gonna make any other race be like, okay, they don't know what they're talking about, because we're not coming with ABC. Here's what we want. I mean, I don't agree because I feel like they stated, you know what I'm saying? It's stated he's black, he got killed, he was young, and because of stereotypical views of Zimmerman, he got killed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they're marching about. They're angry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a whole bunch of angry people saying that if that was my son, that would have happened. That would have just been what it was. Everybody wash their hands. You go your way, we go ours. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, what's the resolution? Like, if you're gonna, you know, I agree with what you're saying. I don't disagree. But I mean, if we're gonna make a statement, we have to take the time to organize it to make it a statement.
Right.
You can't get a statement out of anger and emotions, because then that is what you are. You're just a whole bunch of angry people that
doing nothing.
Right, because you're mad. You're going off of emotion. And not to go into the case, but I feel like the whole thing was around emotion. It wasn't about
right or wrong. Like, if
this
wrong,
is what
he
right. Period. Like, whether he was another black man shooting another black man, he should have been went to jail. Period.
Right.
Because once we make that, we set that precedence, and if the case ever goes back into court like that, whether it's a white killing white, black killing black, Hispanic killing whatever, that case stands still. I don't think we did an awesome job with making sure we stamped it and made a statement. We're still angry. And angry people, you're not communicating.
I think some people are like going towards, because my thing is change the laws, you know, take everything. Yes, what happened. If facts are facts, you know, he was profiled because he was African American. You can't get away from that.
Right.
But we definitely need to like attack the laws more. Start contacting your Senate, because you can write your Senate, you can write the House Representatives, you can text the NAACP, you can get on these different blogs, make your voice be heard in a productive manner.
I don't even think people are even aware of the laws that's been going on.
They don't. That's the whole thing.
And that's what I mean. Like, how are you going to make a statement if you're not aware?
Right.
So you need to organize, do your research, and really understand what you're fighting against. I mean, my parents, they're like 70-something years old, and if they see a little black guy walking late at night, they're scared. You understand what I'm saying? Profiling is something that we do.
We all do it.
We do it.
We do it black on black. We do
all
it
the time.
We do
so
it, but it doesn't
make it right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. We need to get away from the whole race card and just say profiling, period, is wrong. Because if my father is 7 years old and he has a gun in his house and a little boy is walking around with a hoodie and he's scared, he can stand his ground. But do you understand what I'm saying? That's the whole law, though.
That's the whole law. But
so are we saying it's cool
it's
that the 7-year-old, he was black and that guy was black? It's cool, he could have shot him? No, it's just wrong, period. So I think, that's just me. I think we should take more time to make sure we're not angry and we're communicating it that it's the law, that we want change, and stay there and not go with the whole, if it was my son, it was my daughter. No, it's just wrong, period.
It is wrong. It's wrong. And just, you know, shout out to all the people that are out there doing their part in any way. It doesn't. I look at it like if you can't go to a protest, that's fine. We shouldn't be getting mad at each other because people can't go. You know, you shouldn't do that. You know, so in any way you can show your support by even changing yourself. You know, working on yourself. Or if you see somebody out there that's doing wrong, be like, man, you don't gotta do that. Whatever the case may be. And I feel like that's the conversation that we should be having, attacking these laws, because it could be anybody's child, black, white, whatever. A life was taken. He needs to be prosecuted. He needs some time. A life was taken.
Most definitely.
You know?
But you have to understand, like,
life was taken.
Even if, it is a race thing to me. I don't care. I stand behind it. Miss Rich, stand behind it's race. It's all about race. The whole thing is about race, period. Because if it was the other way around, trust me, Trayvon would have been in prison.
That's what we're saying.
And it's like,
that's what we're saying.
But the thing is because he's black. You know what I'm saying? A black woman go ahead and fires, shoot a warning shot towards her husband, she'll get 20 years.
Right, but just recently, you know, like literally somebody just sent me this. A black kid killed a white kid.
And
he got away with it, yeah. And he said the same thing, self-defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's a life was taken. A life still was taken. Why? What's going on with that lady and her husband? The reason why, if you really watch and look into that trial, the reason why she got off and she couldn't take it self-defense is because she put a restraining order on him, and she broke that by going over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's the laws. Yes, that's messed up. It's so messed up. It's sad, but don't put a restraining order on somebody. Take the police over there if you know you got a restraining order on somebody. And it goes back to knowledging ourselves, educating ourselves. If I take a restraining order out on you, and I know the type of person you are, I'm going over there with the police or something, so that way
going over there.
She was going to get some clothes. They were her clothes, so she
sent a cousin.
I mean, and it happened. And it was wrong. She did do self-defense. In my book, I would have feels like to me. She don't need no time. This man got a history of domestic violence. He told her he was gonna kill her, but just because the jurors are like, well, she shouldn't have broke the restraining order. So, like,
and that's the thing that we keep trying to not understand. Like, America, we go by laws. That's just what America is. But I mean that if you go back to the history of what America, we have laws, we establish them, and that's what we go by, and then we set precedents, and that makes the new law. So I think we just need to take our time to understand America. This is who we are as a country. Like, we need to go at laws, not the circumstance all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we'll sit here and protest forever, and no justice will ever be served in the name of Trayvon Martin, because we're not taking the time to understand how the system works. Instead of feeling like the system is against us and this wasn't right. No, let's attack what is causing it to continue to happen. It's that law. It ain't about nothing else. It's about the law. When it goes into court, the judge, the jurors, and all of them, they're gonna have to base and give a verdict around the law.
Like he didn't have a full 12 jurors, jury or whatever. You know, the case. I mean, it was just all messed up, and it probably was because he was. Of course not. That's what I'm saying. They only had 6, supposed to have been 12. Like the whole thing.
I'm gonna get on. Man, I can get on us all day though. How many times will we try to avoid jury duty? I'm just saying, like we can't be mad. We cannot be mad if the system is what it is. Instead of understanding the system and making it work for us, we rebel against it every day.
They could have got some jurors from somewhere, like they did with Casey Anthony. They found jurors from Tampa to do her trial in Orlando. They went and got people.
But I bet they were more organized. They were like, we're gonna stand against somebody. Somebody had a brain.
I just felt like it was all about money, and they got the money, and boom, 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 they put them people on the stand.
With Casey Anthony?
No, with Trayvon Martin. That the same guy, the defense attorney asked him, he's like, so you put money into this case. Did you or did you not? Yes, I did. What is George doing to you? A very close friend of mine. How long have you been knowing him? Not that long, but I've known him well enough to know. And exactly, his dad is the next judge.
Right.
So called in the, that society world. But at the end of the day, it was already stamped what this case was going to be, what the turnout of this
And then my question is, how many of us did that? Right? Like, how many, who stood up for us saying Trayvon Martin and said, well, he's a close friend of mine. Here's a few thousand, million, billion, and make sure he's represented correctly. We get angry really quick, but we don't do much. Somebody could have done something.
Somebody did go towards that case for Trayvon.
I understand,
but Fox, he wore it to the awards. He made it known. You had some celebrities that wore that and made it known. They do commercials to make sure
that
but
did Jamie? I mean, I'm not calling nobody out. I love you, Jamie. But did anybody come and actually stand throughout the case? You know what I mean? Like during the whole process, show up. Here's some funds that helps. Here's some money towards it. Here, give it to
Jimmy Fox did actually give money towards the case. A couple basketball players did that also.
To make sure we had the right attorneys in place.
Right. I mean, I'm not stating that he probably was the perfect attorney. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like he did do his job. He was attacking, from what I saw. You know what I'm saying? But was it? To me, I just feel like it was already, that whole thing was already made up. That's just my opinion.
That's what's going
you know what I'm saying? It was already like, okay, look, Zimmerman, he already got it. Okay, we're going to listen to all these people, blah, 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 back and forth. At the end of the day, we already know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like with the Casey Anthony case, we heard a bunch of ridiculousness. And at the end of the day, everybody was already like, oh, we already know what the verdict is. You know what I'm saying? But
now, that verdict was shocking, though.
Well,
I thought he was gonna get manslaughter.
And see, even with that, like what we have to do, like with the music and everything, we could definitely make a change with these, with laws, educating people, do it through the music. And speaking on that, because I know we could talk about Trayvon all day.
I mean, may he rest in peace, though.
See, speaking on that, we, with the music being a big, huge influence in our society, what do you have, going on with your music or any events you have coming up, things like that?
Not tied into the whole Trayvon Martin trial at all.
No. Yeah.
In the Shemida J world. Music, I am actually wrapping up my EP, and I'm excited about that. That is in the next few months or whatever. We should have a release date for sure. Most recently, I released a single off that EP. It's called You Just Mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure we play that on the show. We're going to, put that in there for you. The new single, and let people talk about it, how hot it is, things like that. So and if anybody wants to get in contact with you, how would they get in contact with you? Your Facebook, your Twitter, Instagram.
I'm everywhere under Shemida J. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know, a few other things out there. But those are the main spots.
The social media.
Yeah, I'm social.
Shemida J.
Shemida J. And that's SHEMIDA.   Space.   。
Space. of all, how do you guys feel about Kanye West? And I don't know if you guys know. Well, first of all, he put out his Jesus album, or I don't even know if that's the name of it. There was so much controversy behind that. And then also recently, he was fighting the paparazzi.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, he's such a big name. He could be using, you know, his influence to do something else. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, paparazzi is kind of like bees. And, you know what I'm saying, when they swarm, you gotta attack, you know what I'm saying? You gotta protect yourself. Because, I mean, that's how Princess Diana died, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they get real vicious to get just one clip. I mean, but I feel like as an artist, though.
He say, leave me alone.
Right. And I feel like if I was a celebrity and y'all in my space and I can't live, you know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all shot, you know, I'll do like Lala Anthony. Shout out to you, Lala Anthony. But basically, you know, she would pose and like, look, I'm a celebrity. This is a part of the life. This is just what I signed up for. I'm not going to be able to go to Starbucks and just have a regular day like everybody else.
Right.
So I feel like as a artist as big as he is, I feel like, you know, take a picture. Give them what they want so they can go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as Lala, you know, she'll take her pics, da-da-da. They'll be like, all right, thank you, Lala. All right. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing. Although you don't like this is what you signed up for. This is part of the entertainment world. It's part of the celebrity lifestyle.
Right.
So, I mean, he know what he's doing. He know he can get away with so much because he's Kanye.
He is Kanye.
He is shoe line.
Right, he is Kanye. And then just one more thing before we kind of, you know, end the show. The whole thing with Jay-Z, like a lot of people with his album, a lot of people are saying, oh, he cheated by going platinum. Because he basically had, you know, the deal, which I look at it like, child, please get your money. If Samsung want to pre-order a million copies of your record, child, please, you better sell them and don't feel bad.
Why not? Look at like, I mean, for him to be at the top the way he is, he went from the bottom and now he's here. So he's able, he could do whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted to, alone without Samsung, I feel like he would win platinum anywhere because his fan base is just that huge. But at the end of the day, like, if he made the decision to do that, so what?
Right.
At the end of the day, all I see is money.
Right.
And that's Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He just got, that's the decision making he can actually do. I just feel like, shit, why don't get that money in a way where you can get it? That's how I feel, too.
That's definitely how I feel. Well, that's Pink Talk. You guys, do you ladies have anything else you want to add? Want to give a shout out to anybody?
Of course, I want to give a shout out to H. I want to give a shout out to everybody with the soccer team. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been tuning in to Pink Talk. I send them views. And I want to give a, you know, just follow us on Instagram. Show us love on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Call in on the show. You know what I'm saying? Comment. You know, your opinions do matter. Everything that you have for Pink Talk does matter because that's what it's doing. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody who supports local music on any level, even when you right. Shout out to that. The people that's out there grinding. Shout out to you. It's hard to do.
It is.
Don't quit.
Shout out to my little sister over here. Shout out to everybody. So make sure you guys
shout out to Red Lounge Studio.
Red Lounge Studio, yeah. Shout out Alex, you know. And definitely, you know, tune in, stay in contact with us. We have some events coming up, the Quasimodo event we have going on. We have the grand opening for Talk Wise. So just stay into the loop and we'll keep you guys educated and keep us educated too. All right?